Okay, and then uh, the introduction goes on by talking about, so instead of making the American independence, 1776, the origin story, it makes American slavery the origin story, or that's the idea, right? And you know, it's now saying that the American story, when it is based on an origin story of slavery, right? You know, can explain in a lot better way where we are at this moment, why we have the country that we have, that we don't have the ideals of 1776. We don't have the ideals of the Declaration of Independence in our country now. We don't have the reality of that, I should say. Uh, we still have the ideals, but we don't have the reality of it, right? And so, again, if you change the sort of focus on history, can you make a better stab at the idea of history? Okay, so it talks about that. That's the idea of the project, and then these are the articles uh, which are in this project that are published, right, along with the project. Most of them are included in this PDF, not all of them. My apologies for that. I had a little problem putting them all together, but I did include the URL that would, the New York Times URL, which will take you to if you want to read them all. I would recommend. It's a very good read, very interesting. They cover a lot of different things. You can see all the different topics here. But for our purposes, it's really the first one, The Idea of America by Nikole Hannah-Jones. That's the primary one. That's the one that you all want to read. Capitalism by Matthew Desmond, I think, is a good corollary to Nikole Hannah-Jones. He gives sort of the history of American capitalism through the idea of slavery. She's doing the history of sort of democracy through the idea of slavery. So they work well together, but we'll probably come back to Desmond in the capitalism section. So I'll point out some of the things that it talks about, but it's recommended reading, not required reading. Okay. So let's take a look at Nikole Hannah-Jones' article. So her, and she is the, um, this was her idea. This is her baby, her brainchild. So she's really one who pushed this. So her article really sort of brings in all the major ideas to look at.